So if you're new to my channel, you may not know that I do these kinds of videos. And if you're not into these kind of videos, then I completely understand. You don't have to watch it, and you can just watch some of the other stuff that I upload. But it's gonna be one of those videos where I was feeling really contemplative and I just came to some kind of realizations about myself and just about the way the world works, kind of. And I wanted to share them with you guys. I kind of shared it on Twitter, but I wanted to put it in a video for anyone that could get anything from it. I really like doing this just because when I have a revelation about myself, maybe there's someone else that's going through something similar, and me coming to some kind of conclusion about how to deal with it could maybe help someone else out there. So even if you don't get anything from this, I'm really sorry. But if there's someone out there that does, then that means a lot to me. So today I had kind of a breakdown. I was very sad. Really sad. And that's when I realized that just in general, I'm really sad. And the reason for this is because I have an illness. I'm not going to go into detail about what it is. It's called ME, like M.E. So I'm not going to go into detail. If you want to read about it, then that's fine. But it needs its entire own video for the entire story of it. But I have that illness, and I've been really sick with it for the past, like, month. People always make fun of me for being constantly sick, and now you know the reason why. But it's the worst that it has been for the past like few years. So it's been really bad. And the one thing that makes me happy that I can do for myself and by myself is YouTube. Putting time into YouTube, making videos is what makes me happy. Talking to you guys in comment section on Twitter is what makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm working towards something. It makes me feel productive. It makes me feel good about myself. Like I'm actually doing something as a human instead of just sitting here staring at a wall slowly dying. But when I'm sick, I can't do that. So you guys might have noticed that I was uploading this War of Mine, I was doing Destiny, I was doing League, and I was putting out videos every day, like at least one video, sometimes two, well a lot of the time 2 videos. And then it kind of stopped, and it was going to every other day, and then I'll miss some days, and that's because I was just too sick to do anything. And the problem is, like, that on its own is not fun. Being sick, not being able to do what you want to do, not being able to concentrate, not being able to even just sit and play video games for extensive periods of time is not fun. But what's really not fun is what comes along with that. And that is the fact that I can literally just sit here and sleep and rest, sometimes play games, but that's it. And I'm alone for extensive periods of time. And that's not a bad thing. That's not anyone's fault. That's just how things work. But when you're alone and you can't do anything, it makes you feel horrible. Like you feel so depressed, you feel so alone, and you become very reliant on other things to make you happy. Whether it's other people, you're relying on this person to make you happy, which is not healthy, or you're relying on outside sources. So for me, it was League of Legends. League of Legends was making me very happy at a certain point because I was playing with really awesome people. They were super friendly, the games were relaxed and friendly, and everyone was having a good time. And then I started getting super toxic people who just talked crap all the time. People were getting disconnected, and people were getting frustrated because they're getting disconnected, and it was just a really negative environment. So it was no longer making me happy, and that's when I was like, I think I'm actually sad. Like all these times that I felt happy, it's not because I am genuinely happy, it's because someone's making me happy or a game is making me happy. That doesn't mean that I'm happy. That's just temporary stuff, because as soon as that stuff is taken away in any capacity, you're back to being sad. So today I had kind of a breakdown and I had a realization. I was just like, I'm so done with feeling like this. I'm finally starting to feel better to where I can invest more time in YouTube, thank God. And I'm just done with feeling upset and crying over nothing. Like seriously, I've been getting upset and crying over things that should not bother me at all. Should not bother me at all. And I'm not used to being this kind of person. I don't like being this kind of person that's dependent on other things to make me happy. I've always been pretty good at entertaining myself and just making myself happy. So I was like, I'm done. I'm just done. And sometimes in these situations, you have to take control. And it's very difficult when you are super sad, especially if it's depression, because your vision is so blurry. You can't see anything but your own sadness. You can't see if you're hurting people around you. You can't see solutions. You just see your own sadness. So I broke down and definitely had that moment where I was just very, very, very sad. I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out, having like a mini panic attack, which was interesting. But then I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm taking control. I'm not doing this anymore. And I started thinking about a solution. Luckily, I'm a very analytical person as well as a very emotional person, which is very strange to have those two things together. But I just started focusing on solutions. So I came to the realization that, okay, I'm sad right now. I'm going through a point where I'm a little bit depressed, and that's okay. It's okay to accept it. It's actually much better to accept it, because when you don't actually know what's truly going on in your brain, and that's not a good thing, because it starts coming out in ways that you don't necessarily want it to. Maybe you start hurting people that are close to you, and you don't want to do that. So I was like, okay, you know, everyone around me makes me happy, and I definitely feel happy, but it's not coming from within myself. That's what's really important. When it's not coming from within yourself, it's not really sustainable. Of course, when people love and care about you, for the most part, I would say like 99.9% of the time, those people are gonna be around and they're going to make you happy. And that's cool, that's good. But whenever they're not there, you're not happy. So that's not good. You have to make yourself happy from within yourself. So for me personally, I was just like, I'm just done. I'm just over it. Right now, I'm actually in a pretty good mental state after breaking down, because I've decided that I'm over it, that I'm just done. And sometimes it is as easy as that when your brain does actually realize what's happening, when it accepts what's happening. You can just be like, I'm done with this, I'm over it, I'm moving on, and that's how I feel. I want to start taking those steps to getting into a better schedule with YouTube, and I want to start streaming because I think that'll make me feel good. Unless you guys are super mean, you should not be mean, because that would be mean. You shouldn't be mean to me. But I think streaming would also be really good for me, because then I can just hang out with you guys and play games with you guys, do some lobbies with you guys, and it'll just be a lot of fun. So just taking baby steps towards getting into a better schedule for me and going into a better state of mind where I'm making myself happy. So if you guys are in a similar situation where you've realized that you're not happy, things make you happy, but you are not happy, then just find whatever it is that makes you happy that you can do by yourself, and just do it. Just concentrate on yourself. Don't worry about other people, and just go out there and find something that makes you happy that you can do by yourself, that you don't have to rely on other things, other people, outside sources in order to make yourself genuinely happy. So I feel like I might have repeated myself on a lot of things, but I just wanted to share it with you guys because it really is a revelation for me. It might seem like it's not, and it might be super obvious, and it is. I've told myself these things plenty of times, but it's just something that happens in your brain that you're like, oh, I'm actually sad. I should probably fix that. Whereas before, I had so many things that were making me happy that I didn't realize that I was in a state of sadness, and I am. Well, I was. I'm feeling a lot better now. So just take control. Take control of your emotions. If you're sick of it, then be like, dude, I'm sick of this. I don't want to deal with this anymore, and I'm going to change it. Look for steps. Look for things that you can do to actively change the situation that you are in, the things that you are feeling. So I hope someone took something away from this video. If you didn't enjoy it, I'm really sorry. But I do this every now and then. I like to share things with you guys, and this is one of those moments that I wanted to share. So, by the way, don't feel bad for me or feel sorry for me or like worried about me. I'm fine now. I just went through a period where I was very sick and couldn't do things that made me happy, and it just made me feel kind of worthless and kind of blah. So I was just sitting in a room all day by myself, not able to do anything, which doesn't make you feel very good about yourself. But I'm doing good now. I've taken control of my emotions, and I'm feeling better with my illness. It's getting to a point where I'm nearly 100% better, so I can start doing what I genuinely love, which is YouTube. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will speak to you guys later. Yes, I shall, in a better, less emotional way. Okay guys, bye.